What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Singing the Tea. You already know I'm your host, Dustin Singer Actor Lewis. Sometimes I sing, sometimes I give you all of the reality TV tea, but it's always what you want and it's definitely what you need. And child, what y'all need to do is comment, like, subscribe, share with a family member, share with a friend so we can grow our community over here. You already know we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by this summer, so let's do what we can do. Let's do our part, honey. Let's grow it around here. But I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in every week, and I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. To all the mothers, happy belated Mother's Day, and let's dive on into the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And let me tell y'all something before we talk about it. Listen, Miss Cynthia Bailey, Miss Cheekbones, honey, Miss Cheekbone for days. Girl, come on back and get your peach. Come on back and become full-time, because this episode here, you gave us all the things, and we are happy about it. Listen, let me fix my phone. I ain't even got my phone sitting up here right. I'm just so happy about Cynthia. Baby, Cynthia came right here, gave us everything but the kitchen sink, and I ain't mad at her because that's what we like to see. Last week it was Angelaoakley. This week it was Cynthia Bailey. Angelaoakley still gave us a little piece this week too, but we're going to talk about it when we get there. Now, we're going to open up with the ladies at breakfast because there was a couple of different scenes. It ain't giving us what we need. But the breakfast, I feel like, was the true start of the episode. And we see Drew talking to Pinky about her energy. And just essentially Pinky just doing too much. And Pinky, I feel like, means well. Like when she was just saying, well, you know, I got to defend my girls. When did you and Kelly and Shamia get so close? That was one thing. And two, you defended them against what? Like, there was nothing happened to them for you to have to defend them in the way that you did. It was way too much, it was unwanted, and it was unnecessary. So, Pinky, you get nothing from me, my dear. No, I'm just kidding. No, but Pinky, you were just doing way too much, and it wasn't that deep. So, you know, we see Phadreaparks coming to the table, and Shamia's already there while they're having a conversation. And Drew and Shamia kind of talk about their drama, because Phadreaparks like, how are you two doing? Like, you two, we ain't really heard too much. Are y'all on even page? Are y'all even killed? What's going on? And Drew lets it be known she ain't really fooling with Shamia because she didn't feel like Shamia's apology was genuine. I agree. Because you can't apologize to me and say, I apologize, but she lucky I ain't go harder. Whoa! I want you to come harder. I want you to come with the best that you got because what you gave me was lackluster. So I want you to come a little bit harder. So Shamia, in that regard, I can understand her not really taking your apology. But you said that you did apologize for the butt of it. So, hey, if you said you did it, you did it. They ain't give us, I don't think they gave us no flashback of you apologizing. But if you say you did, cool. Y'all just need to move on because y'all drama is not that deep at the end of the day. Move on so we can keep this show on the tracks. Now, Cynthia is getting the ladies together because the ladies are having to go into different events, right? So she's splitting the group up. Cynthia has her group. We're going to say the Cynthia group and the Porsha group. So Cynthia is taking with her. Cynthia has herself, Pinky, Shamia, Kelly, and Drew. And the other ladies is going to be K. Michelle, Porsha, Phadreaparks, and Angela. That's going to be the other group. Listen, Cynthia let it be known. Child, the only reason I'm inviting Kelly and Shamia because I need to keep an eye on them because they was over there talking reckless and I got the mess started. So I'm going to invite them too. She said, Pinky, girl, just come on because I don't really know where to put you and you like to talk to. And Drew, I might need a little backup with these heifers on this bus. So you come on with me. I'm here for it. Like, Cynthia came in and did the work. The one thing I would say about Cynthia is she's always done this when it came to Real Housewives. Cynthia ain't afraid to come in there and clock in and get that job together. Cynthia's ready to work. In this episode, Mama put in that good work. She did the good Lord's work, baby, this week. And I'm here for it. So, you know, that group of ladies, Cynthia group of ladies, they get on their little bus and they go ahead. They go ahead and do what they got to do. So Porsha got her breasts just glistening up. I don't know if she glazing them breasts with honey bun juice or what she using. But Porsha definitely be over there glazed up looking delicious. Porsha, I don't even swing that way, but sometimes you got me questioning myself as good as you look. I don't know if I see myself in you because I look that good too. I don't know what it is. But Porsha, you be looking good. Phadreaparks, you looked good, and K. Michelle, you looked good too. Now Angela, you look decent. I like you. I ain't gonna give you too much because I'm always ride for the Oakley household. but you looked it decent, and you wore them heels 2 times. You wore them heels on this part, and then you wore the heels later when you got on that little bus. So I don't want you to wear them heels no more. Thank you so much for your services. But anyway, Porsha is talking to K. Michelle about the dinner, and she was just like, hey girl, I just want you to know, you look beautiful. You ain't even have to have all that glam for you to come to the dinner. You should have just showed up. You was in a safe space. It wasn't nobody coming at you like that. Come on to the dinner, girl, to have a good time. And we felt like if you would have been at the dinner, you could have calmed your girl Pinky down, because baby Pinky was ready to get it started. She was ready to get down with the get down, and she definitely did. So, you know, they're talking about it. You know, Phaedra joins them, and they're talking about Pinky's abrasiveness, right? Her abrasiveness. I'm gonna say this about Pinky. We're gonna talk about it again. And I love that K. Michelle was like, look, she's a good girl. She means well. She just comes off real, like, abrasive. Like, she just comes off like... And, like, I love that Phaedra was like, she just like, well, hey, or like, yeah. And she's like, yeah. Like, that's how she's coming at you. But that's just how she is. She's the boss. She means no harm. But it is something that she does have to work on, especially in this setting. Because, girl, one thing about these ladies, it don't take much for them to be on your side in the morning and to be enemies in the afternoon. So you just got to watch that, Miss Pinky. That's something that you got to watch. So Angela comes on down and she joins the lady in her garb. You know, she has her garbs on, looking decent, like I said. And she lets it be known, I said what I said to Pinky. There ain't no changing on. You can do what you want to do. Move on to the next question. It ain't changing over here. And I'm here for it, Miss Angela. Angela says she do. And she does. According to Angela, all this is alleged. Because y'all can't come for my good Amazon things and my Sir Davis back there, because we waiting on Act 3, Beyonce. Please get in the studio and do what you need to do. But, you know, she let it be known, she does have a woman in that basement. I don't know where Angela got that from. And it's just funny because I just enjoy Angela so much. Angela is tea. I enjoy her. She's a good time. But, that was cute. So, Phaedra is talking to the ladies, and she's like, hey, y'all, I want to take y'all to dressage. Is that how you say it? I ain't really know how to spell it, and I ain't cut on my captions. I put on her dressage. I guess that's right. So she took the ladies to go dressage. She was a dressage person back when she was in high school, middle school, and in college. She used to dress the horses down, get horses bundles, a 27-piece and all that. She won all her accolades. That's how she became a lawyer, because she used to dress up the horses. So shout out to Phaedra for doing that. So she gonna take the ladies to give the horses some cranberry dressing and all that good stuff. So, you know, we head to the bus and we see Cynthia on the bus with the ladies, and baby, the pool house sun came back up. And listen, one thing about Miss Cynthia wasn't finna back down on this bus. Cynthia must have had her one too many shots of that good old tequila that she over there selling, because Cynthia was ready for them girls and she was not coming up off them necks. Cynthia wasn't playing. Cynthia was on there like, I'm talking to Kelly. Now, again, I'm talking to Kelly. She had to let it be known. Miss Shamia, you sit over there with your 27-piece that Phaedra help you dressage over there. You sit down with your 27-piece. You let me and Miss Kelly get into it. So, my issue, and if I was Cynthia, I would be pissed as well. Because y'all are coming at Cynthia about this as if it was a malicious thing for the rooms to not be properly cleaned for you. As if it was just disastrous. Like, you doing too much about it. Like, it's just way too much, because you know Cynthia Hart, and Cynthia wasn't doing y'all like that, and that's the part that bothers me the most. Cynthia was not doing that. The rooms weren't clean to your standard. Okay, fine. Let the lady try to fix it, which she did. And like she said, this is not a hotel. This is a house. I spoke to the person. They said they'll have somebody clean it as soon as possible. That's what she told y'all. That's what happened. She's sorry that it wasn't clean immediately, but she's gonna get somebody to do what they gotta do. Now, Kelly, I gotta give your big lip self a little piece. I ain't like that comment that you had made talking about some when you travel, you are you expect to be in something comparable to what you are used to. Girl, you live in a townhome, and this is no shade to the people who live in a townhome. I actually was looking at me one the other day. Hell, I might move into one real soon. But my thing is this with you, Kelly. Kelly, you acting like you are that girl, and you are not. You have an eye, but you are absolutely missing the teeth. Now, you got 2 bees sitting on your lip because you got stung by a bunch of bees, and you look foolish, and I don't normally come for the people like this. But, Kelly, the way you were coming at Cynthia about that, it just is annoying. Like, y'all are acting like Cynthia did something malicious to y'all, and as if Cynthia was coming at y'all, or Cynthia wanted to put y'all in bad accommodations on purpose. That was not the case. Y'all being out there in the pool house makes sense. I don't get why y'all are so mad about that. So I'm glad that Drew piped up in the car and she was just letting it be known, like, hey, like, y'all, she really did a lot of work to get us here. She doing a great job. Y'all look beautiful. Y'all doing way, way, way too much. Like, move on. And then Kelly, your shade at Drew was unnecessary, saying that she looked like Kelly, that was funny. I don't like you, but that was funny. You did that. You did that when you said that girl looked like the monster from that movie. That was cute. I gotta give you your things when you write. I mean, well, she don't look like that. But when you read and it be good, I gotta give it to you. And you did that, Miss Thing. You did that with your funny looking self. You did that, girl. But I'm gonna be real with y'all. Cynthia wasn't backing down, and I was here for every ounce of it, baby, because Cynthia was activated and she was ready for the girls. And she said, and on that note, thank you for joining my show. Pour me another glass of tequila, girl, because I'm sick of these ladies. And she was like, are y'all here to sabotage my trip? What's really going on? Cynthia wanted to know what the tea was, because it does seem, their anger seems misplaced. Like, it seems really forced, and it seems misplaced, because if I had that situation with one of my friends and I knew my friend's intention, I'm not going to be mad at them. I know my friends didn't go in there and dirty up the room. Things like that happen, and you just have to let the people make the changes. So y'all were just doing too much. And my thing is, if y'all got it like y'all say y'all got it, pull a Giselle Bryant and go to the Ritz. Pay for everybody to go to the Ritz if you got it, but you ain't got it like, well, I don't know what y'all, I ain't going to say that. If you got it like you say, you got to go on to the Ritz, and I'm just leave it like that. I ain't going to give y'all too much. I'm tired. I ain't going to give y'all too much. Alright. So, meanwhile, the other ladies, they over there, they in their car having a ball, baby. If I had to be on one of the buses, real talk, I would love to have a seat on both. I would love to be in there in that drama-filled bus with Cynthia, because Cynthia was drinking and carrying on. I would love to be around there. But the turn-up bus, baby, had it really, really going on. Them ladies were turning up and cutting up. They looked like they had them a ball in that doggone car, and I loved every ounce of it. So, the ladies in the car with Portia's car, right? So, they start talking about the Drew and Black and K. Michelle not feeling that situation. Don't really know what to do with that information as of yet, but we'll see what's to come of it, because I don't think Drew was doing anything like malicious, and I think Kay might be misinterpreting some of the situation. We get that you don't know the man, but maybe he is alluding to Drew that y'all know each other a little bit more than what you're saying that you do. I don't know. I don't really get why either one of y'all are lying about it. I don't think either one of you are. I think it's just misinterpreting the situation. He's probably in your DMs having a conversation by himself, and you were just like, oh, hey, bro, like, and going about your day. He just probably feels like he knows you a little bit more than what he does. So we'll just leave it there. All right, so Cynthia's group, they make it to the battle call or whatever it was with the cows and stuff walking down the streets. And baby, it was 5 minutes. It was a 5-minute walk. The horses, cows, baby, 2 by 2. They were going on the ship with Moses. 2 by 2, 2 lions, 2 chickens, 2 snakes, 2 cows, 2 elephants. Everybody was 2 by 2 loading up to get on the Noah's Ark. And it was just 5 minutes, baby, because Noah had somewhere to be. He said, please be here on time. And everybody got on their little boat to the ark, and they had to dip. So Cynthia, it was really, really a whole lot of action. But the other ladies, they had it going on. When I tell you, when that horse had scared them and Phaedra had failed, that took me out. It was so funny. And then Angela over there talking about some, baby, this horse is coming back for his hair, baby, because we around here wearing this horse people hair, and he's coming back for it with vengeance. It was so funny, and I love the juxtaposition between those ladies just having a fun, lighthearted time, and the other group just like struggling, because every 5 minutes it seems like they get into it, they not having fun. And I really, really enjoyed like how it was just such a drastic difference between the two groups. But I enjoyed watching both. Like this week and last week, I truly, truly enjoyed the episode. So I'm loving Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I'm loving what they're giving us. Y'all can probably tell from my energy, like I'm super energized about the show now. I'm loving it. But that was funny when they fell, when Phaedra had failed. Now, another thing with this group, and like I said, I love their energy. Ain't nobody want to get on the horse. Phaedra, you over here talking about how you used to make dressing for the horses, and you ain't even want to get on one. You ain't want to serve the horse no dressing, no turkey with gravy. You know what I'm saying? You didn't want to give it none of the Thanksgiving food. Like, why did you want to get on that horse? Talk about some your wig wasn't tapped down, girl. You better. That's the thing. That's the one thing about this show that been irking my nerves. Child, if I was on that show, I'd take that wig, throw it on. Hey, girl, hold this real quick. Let me show y'all how to ride a horse. Threw that hat back on my head and got the galloping. Baby, I would have got the galloping on that doggone thing. See, that's what y'all be missing. We just want y'all to take the wig off, put it on the little head, the mannequin rack or whatever it's called. Put on your hat, baby, you get the ride. That's what we would love to see that phase. We would love for you to do that. Now, that would have been good to us. And that was a good time. Now, Pinky, I want to say this to you, baby. I love what you bringing, but we get it. If ever we didn't know, I assure you we know now. You are vegan. And don't you let nobody tell you no different. You are vegan. We understand. You ain't got to tell us no more. If I was on Jeopardy and they was like, Real Housewives of Atlanta star Pinky Coke, what is vegan? That's what I would hit. Because we know. You ain't want to get on the horse to take a picture. Well, that's a cow. You don't want to get on the cow to take a picture because you vegan. You at the restaurant, you mad that they choosing these restaurants because you vegan. Now, here's the thing. I understand vegan. It takes me back to that thing with T.S. Madison when she was like, if you want to go out there and eat fresh mowed lawn, if you want to do all of that, Pinky, that's fine. But don't come over here trying to tell me what I need to pile on my plate. I like some good beef. I like some red meat. If you want to get you some french fries, that's fine. You eat your french fries, you be content, you be happy. That's a lifestyle that you chose. I appreciate you for saving all the animals and eating all the grass, the herbs, and all that good stuff. I love that you making $1 billion off of it, and I commend you for it, my sister. But at the end of the day gonna end. And at the end of the day, when it's done, I'm gonna over here eat this good burger. I'm gonna eat these nachos. I'm going to eat me some spare ribs, whatever I need to do. Now, if you want to sit over there and eat your stuff, you do what you need to do, but don't bring it up to us no more. I don't bring it up to you when I'm over here eating me a beef burger. That's the thing, too. And don't get me wrong. Please, vegans, do not come for me. Peter, don't come for me or nothing. Why do vegan people got to tell you all the time that they vegan? It's fine. I don't go to a restaurant and be like, hey, I'm a meat eater. Oh, hey, I'm vegetarian today. I don't need to let y'all know that. What I decide to pile on my plate is my business. Pinky, it's your business. It's fine, baby. We cool. But I just had to let you know. It's all right. We cool. We all got the right to party, girl. And you eat your vegan grass. All right. Cynthia. See, this is what Cynthia really got me. And I said, Cynthia need her peach back. When Cynthia had said, child, that vegan ain't for the weak. What I tell you, that was so funny. Cynthia was so funny this episode. Child, that vegan stuff ain't for the weak. Baby, that was so good to me. That vegan stuff ain't for the weak, child. Baby, Cynthia had it going on. That was good to me. So then, at the dinner table or lunch, whatever time of day they at, Drew and Shamia try to hash it out. Baby, we got nowhere. I think we got a little progress, but I think we took 2 steps forward and 5 steps back with them two. So I don't really know where to stand it with them. I was just as confused as everybody else. I don't know what's going on between them two. They just need to move on because it's not that deep. Like, goodness gracious. Y'all just want to be mad just to be mad. Now who's this messaging me? I don't know you. Anywho. Alright. I have in my notes here, baby. Give Cynthia her peach back. But one thing about the Porsha's group, so I want to go back over there. Porsha's group, you know, they in the stable. They in the stable, and they all over here like, why did they set up the Italian wine tasting in the middle of this stable? It's funky in here. We don't want to be here. It's funky fresh, dressed to impress, and not ready to party because it's funky. The man over here stir up your wine, smell it. We can't smell nothing, sir. We can't smell this wine. Baby, it was so funny. Oh, it was funny. That scene was everything. But one of the things that I took away from this was seeing K. Michelle have an amazing good time on her first girls trip. I loved it. I'm glad that she was over there with those ladies, and I'm glad that she got to see a different side of Phaedra, get to hang out with Angela, Porsha. I'm glad that she had a good time, and I loved it. Now, when we go back to the Cynthia's ladies who lunch, portion of the show, they get to talking about Pinky and her delivery. So they talk about Pinky and her delivery. And I'm going to say this, Pinky, I don't think that you are aggressive. I think that Pinky is very assertive. I think that Pinky is direct. But I don't think that she's aggressive. I think that Pinky means what she says and she says what she means. Sometimes when I'm having conversations with people, I'm a person that I'm going to say what I mean. And the people who know me understand. But sometimes I can be a tough pill to swallow for people who are not necessarily familiar with me. Because I don't mince my words. If I said it, I said it. And typically, you get what I say. Like, I'm very clear speaker on the things that I'm saying. I think with Pinky, she just needs to take a step back and she has to realize and understand that not everybody... I think that she handles these situations like it's a business transaction, and it's not necessarily like that. Like, let your hair down, have a good time, and just have fun. I get that you were riding for your girls. I get that you wanted to do all of that, but I'm with them. Like, you were doing way too much. You kind of... The reason all that happened with you and Angela was honestly because of you. And I think if you were to take a step outside of yourself and realize that, I think that you would have a different approach with the group. Because the other ladies were sitting there the whole time like, girl, are you good? Because the way that you're coming at us about the situation, and more so like accusing Cynthia of doing something or doing something malicious, because of the conversation that you had with Shamia and Kelly, it didn't make things better. And it didn't. And I'm with Cynthia on that. Like, I understand that you had that, but she said a puzzle ain't just one piece. You need to get all the pieces of the puzzle if you're trying to put it together. And Cynthia said that, and she meant everything that she said, and she was right. They talk about... let me see. Okay, we're going to skip that part. Alright, so we make it back to the main house. I'm skipping the whole Kelly, Porsha. We're going to skip that. We'll talk about it at the end. So we make it back to the house, and we see Drew going to check in on Cynthia. And I really like them. I like their dynamic. You know, Cynthia had her little nip slip. It was cute. It was funny because we know that Cynthia is known for that, baby. Cynthia, you don't be feeling that. But anyway, I really, really like this group. I like them two talking and them having a conversation. So they talk about the Shamia and Kelly situation, and Cynthia lets it be known. She said, I heard, I think she hadn't heard from them at this point, but she said, I think the rooms are good. She was like, but I don't think that that's what the issue is. She said, I'm not too sure what the issue is. She said, but it has to be something else because I'm not understanding why they keep harping on this. And they think that Shamia essentially kind of feels away because she does kind of miss Porsha and she wants to still be in that space. And she might feel like she's a little ostracized. And I can kind of see that a little bit. I think that Shamia, because if she's not with the main group, she's a little worried. I think that the way that Shamia handles the Porsha and her situation is a little different. I think that Shamia does still care. I think that Porsha is at a point where she's like, all right, girl, I'm good. I'm done with you in this situation. Or Porsha processes it as if she's done. But Shamia you can tell she's hurt a little bit more than Porsha is. Porsha comes off like she could take it or leave it, and Shamia comes off like she does still miss her friend, and I hate that she's feeling that way, and I do think that plays a large part in what's going on there. But we need to figure out what the real issue is, because it ain't about that room, because at the grand scheme of things, it was not that deep. It just wasn't. And they also have a conversation about Pinky. So they talk about Pinky and just her being an energy drainer, and I do think that. I think that when Pinky gets in a situation, she tries to essentially steamroll the situation so much. Because even when her and Cynthia were talking at the table, they were talking over each other. But the thing that I enjoyed about Cynthia didn't stop what she was saying. Cynthia kept talking. Pinky, you going to be talking. I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to say what I got to say as well. And I just feel like Pinky just needs to sometimes take a step back, process the information, and then just reapproach it, because it does come in like she's just coming in hot, and it does affect the energy and the mood. And you know, her and Kelly goes to visit Pinky, and they have a conversation about it. And I'm just not the biggest fan of Kelly. Kelly is so, in my opinion, how it's starting to come off as Kelly is really fake. Like, you going in here talking to Pinky, but then you talking about Pinky on the back end. It's just, whose friend are you? Like, and even looking at past seasons, like how easy it was for Kelly to just stop being friends with Britt was interesting to me too. Like their friendship ended the way it did was odd. Like it just wasn't that deep either. But anyway, that's that on them. I'm not the biggest fan of her anymore. So we're at the end of the episode, and they're getting on the bus, getting ready for dinner, and everybody looks beautiful. Everybody looks amazing. And one of the things that I enjoyed, again, was the ladies just having a good time and having fun on the bus. I love seeing them have conversations about, like, the different connections and things that they learned about each other that they didn't necessarily know. And it was just, everybody was having fun. Everybody was having a good time. But, of course, it wouldn't be the Real Housewives of Atlanta if it didn't last for long. Baby, let me tell you something. Kelly had said, I appreciate all y'all for coming to my open and the ones who came. Girl, you already knew you were trying to get it started on the bus. So here comes the GOAT, a.k.a. Angela Oakley, baby, Miss Oakley. Angela said, girl, who all came to your event? Angela, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because, Kelly, you want to put it out there, let's go ahead and talk about it. Ain't no sideways. Who all made it to your event? Who all came? And I went, Porsha over there rolling her eyes because she's like, Angela, did you have a good time? Angela's like, girl, I had a lovely time. And she's like, well, listen, I didn't feel like my presence was required. I sent the girl flowers, but she said she received broken flowers from a broken person. So that is what it is. And then the girls got to going back and forth. And I'm loving every ounce of it. And I'm ready for the next episode to see where all it goes. Because I done seen the clip. And, well, no, it was on this one, the clip. Kelly on the back of the bus saying that Porsha allegedly sleeps with married men and saying that she allegedly had relations with R. Kelly. Porsha said, thank you for buying the Pursuit of Porsha book. There will be a part 2 coming out soon. Thank you so much, Kelly, for purchasing that. Because I think she did talk about her and R. Kelly's situation in her book. I'm pretty sure she did. It's interesting because I think K. Michelle had a situation with R. Kelly. I don't think K. Michelle's had a sexual relationship with him, but I know that he helped her a lot as far as music as well. So, very, very interesting. But I'm loving it. I think that this episode was another great episode. It was funny. It gave us different dynamics. It gave us different sides of the groups. And it kind of just broke the friend groups up a little bit for people to just kind of intermingle and get to know each other a little bit differently. So I truly, truly, truly enjoyed this episode. And again, give Miss Cynthia Bailey her things. Give her her peach back because we need her full time because Mama is putting in the work. So y'all, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share the family members, share the friends so we can grow our community over here. I appreciate each and every one of you for joining me on this journey. Until next time, have a good one, everybody.